If your life ended today, what mark would you leave? Too many ignore their calling. Fear silences some, comfort traps others. Purpose doesn't come easy. It begins in discomfort. 3,000 years ago, an ancient king wrote a sentence that still echoes through history. He had power, wealth, pleasure, and wisdom beyond measure. And yet, after experiencing everything life could offer, he reached a disturbing conclusion. Everything felt empty. He declared that life is nothing but vanity, not because life had no value, but because he realized something most people never face. What if the greatest tragedy of human life is not suffering, but living without ever knowing why we exist? The Bible gives us a clear answer to this question. God created humans for relationship with Him, to serve, worship, and adore Him. In Genesis, Adam and Eve walked with God in the Garden of Eden, showing that connection and intimacy with God were part of our original design. God did not intend for us to live isolated or empty lives. He intended for us to know Him personally, to enjoy fellowship, and to experience a love deeper than we can fully comprehend. God also created us to reflect His glory. Isaiah 43:7 tells us, "Everyone who is called by my name, whom I created for my glory." Our lives are meant to reflect God's character, goodness, and love in the world. Every act of kindness, every moral choice, every moment of integrity is a mirror of His glory. We are also given a purpose on this earth. Genesis 1:26-28 explains that humans are entrusted with responsibility over creation, to steward it, to create, to make moral choices, and to work alongside God to shape the world according to His design. Your life matters in ways that go far beyond yourself. Every decision, every action, every life you touch is part of a greater purpose. And God created us to love and be loved. 1 John 4:8 reminds us that God is love. By creating us, He opens the door to mutual love, our love for Him and our love for one another. This love brings fulfillment, joy, and meaning that nothing else can provide. Finally, God's ultimate plan is for us to live eternally in His presence, growing spiritually, morally, and emotionally. Life is a journey of understanding, wisdom, and alignment with His will, a path toward eternal growth. Yet today, more than 8 billion people walk this planet. 8 billion lives, 8 billion stories. And research shows that over 70% of people feel disconnected from any clear sense of purpose. Most humans wake up, go to work, scroll through their phones, go to sleep, and repeat the cycle, without ever answering the most important question of all: why am I here? Have you ever asked yourself that question in the quiet of the night? Not what do I do, not what do I own, but why do I exist? Because the truth is startling. You were not born by accident. The probability of you being born is estimated at 1 in 400 trillion. If even one event in history had changed, if one meeting had never happened, if one decision had gone another way, you would not exist. Odds like that do not point to randomness. They point to intention. So why do so many people feel lost? For thousands of years, humans across every culture and civilization have searched for meaning. Philosophers debated it. Religions were built around it. Modern science still cannot escape the question. Psychologists have discovered something remarkable. People who live with a strong sense of purpose live up to 7 years longer than those who do not. Purpose does not just give meaning to life, it sustains it. Yet most people confuse success with purpose. They chase money, status, recognition, believing fulfillment will follow. But once those goals are reached, many feel an unexpected emptiness. If success were enough, why do so many people feel lost after achieving it? Why does comfort fail to silence the inner restlessness? Humans are unique, animals survive, machines function, but humans question. We ask why. That hunger for meaning is not a weakness. It is a clue. Man was not created merely to exist. Man was created to contribute, to connect, and to become. To contribute something only he can offer. To connect with others, with truth, and with something greater than himself. To become more than he was yesterday. You were not designed only to consume life. You were designed to add meaning to it. Here is a sobering statistic. More than 90% of people at the end of their lives regret not pursuing what truly mattered to them. Not money, not fame, but purpose. So let me ask you directly, if your life ended today, what would remain because you lived? History is filled with people who felt a calling they ignored. Some silenced it out of fear. Others traded it for comfort. Many waited too long. Comfort is often the greatest enemy of purpose. Are you living the life you were meant to live? Or the life that feels safest? Purpose rarely arrives wrapped in ease. It often begins with discomfort. That restlessness you feel, that sense that there must be more. That quiet dissatisfaction, even when things seem fine, that is not failure. That is a signal. Studies show that people who live aligned with purpose experience higher resilience, deeper fulfillment, and greater inner peace, even during hardship. Purpose does not remove suffering. It gives suffering meaning. So ask yourself, what pulls at your heart when no one is watching? What injustice troubles you deeply? What gift do people naturally seek from you? Your purpose leaves clues. And in the next step of this journey, we will explore how struggle reveals direction, how pain often points the way forward, and why confusion is sometimes the doorway to transformation. But remember this, you were not born too late. You are not insignificant. And your life is not random. Purpose is not reserved for the famous or the powerful. It belongs to anyone willing to ask the hard questions and walk the difficult path. If you were created on purpose, if your life carries meaning, if your existence can impact others in ways you cannot yet see, then the real question is this. What are you waiting for? Because the world does not need another copy. It needs you, fully awake, fully alive, and walking in purpose. And this is only the beginning. Thank you so much for watching. If this video inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.